treat you like in my last cigarette. I'ma 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 treat you like
Hope it don't end
in
the
my last
same
cigarette.
way. About to start another day.
I'ma treat you like in my last cigarette.
About to start another day. Hope it don't end the same way. About to start another day. Hope it don't end the same way. About to start another day.
I'ma treat you like in my last cigarette.
About to start another day.
I'ma treat you like in my last cigarette.
What is up? We are back and black in the building. Man, we made it back another day, another time. Shout out to everybody out there. Did Jesus come back? Don't tell me. You sure? Well, we know he ain't came back because we still ain't got reparations. God damn, and you been and all that other shit. And guess what? We are still dealing with the system of racism, white supremacy, and we are still trying to establish a system of justice, meaning the racial group that needs the most constructive help receives the most constructive help. So shout out to everybody out there. Roll call. It is time for roll call. Shout out to everybody out there in Arizona. The homegirls was Tanya LaTanya. Shout out to everybody out there in Las Vegas, Nevada. All my peeps in Vegas. We out here. My siblings, Nuke. Shout out to Nuke, the originator, the OG of the Know I Don't Know podcast. She's an honorary member. Shout out to Nuke. Shout out to Sister Cobweb, a.k.a. Roxanne, a.k.a. Sister Cobweb. She is an OG member as well. We've done some podcasts with her. So shout out to her. Shout out to all my siblings in Las Vegas, Nevada. You know, we out here. We working. You better be working because you will get talked about in my family. You better have a savings or something. Niggas will not answer the phone. Niggas be like, did Warren call you? Shit, yeah, I didn't answer the phone. Why? Shit, that nigga ain't got shit going on. So shout out to everybody, my siblings, nephews, nieces, everybody out here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Shout out to the homegirl, Shawnee, Philly in the building. Shout out to the homegirl, Shawnee. Shout out to the sis, Erica from Florida, a.k.a. Florida. Shout out to my OGs. My OGs. Dave for No Compromise. That's my brother. Look, you want to talk about it? Look, you want to talk about a nigga reading books? Holla at my brother David. For real. This nigga really, motherfuckers be like, damn, Warren, you done read some books. Shit. Go listen to my boy, Dave from No Compromise. Go listen to my boy, James Youngblood from Texas. Those are my OGs. Dave from No Compromise from Georgia. So shout out to them. Shout out to the homegirl, Melina from North Carolina, a.k.a. North Kakalaka. So shout out to her. And shout out to the homegirl, Jerica from Vegas as well. Got to give her a shout out. Man, we have a great one. Not being on cold. We're talking about Darvin Ham and how they fired him unjustly because the Lakers just ain't shit. And we're going to discuss and break this down very quickly. Let's get it. Hey. Let's get it. Man, I got some audio that I want y'all to hear about our brother, Darvin Ham. I'm a big Darvin Ham fan. And y'all know, I don't really talk a lot about sports. I thought about doing a sports podcast with my brothers David and my brothers James Youngblood. I'm really thinking about doing that. And I wanted to come from a psychological point of view, the mental toughness you gotta have to be in the league, and what, you know, the things that you have to accomplish mentally first before you can be successful in the NBA and in football and in baseball. I thought about doing a sports. I was gonna hit David and James Youngblood and like, hey man, we should do a sports podcast too, and kind of bring some of those elements there. But I'll see what they think about that. But this subject is near and dear to my heart. Let me tell you why. It's just near and dear to my heart because I feel like Darvin Ham was a player's coach. The players, they really admired and respected him. I did too. I watched Darvin Ham in the 90s. That nigga was dope. He had hops too, bounce. You know what I'm saying? And he was a good basketball player. And you could tell he's not smiling. And I feel like any organization will be proud to have him as their head coach. And I just feel like he was done really wrong. You're going to be like, Warren, but that's the nature of the business. No, I'm going to break this down. I'm going to play some clips, and then I'm going to give you my rendition and my perspective on what I think should have happened. So here, let's do it. Okay, let's see. Okay. All right, let's see. We'll play a little bit of what... let's see if we can play a little bit of what happened. Yeah, I had to cut that off because niggas is not listening to no fucking commercials. Fuck that. And I like what shout out to Charles Barkley. I like what he said about Darvin Ham too. He said some very, very, very great things about Darvin Ham. So here we go.
Today, firing coach Darvin Ham after LA's first round playoff loss to the Nuggets. ESPN also confirming that the Lakers' entire coaching staff was let go. Ham lasted only 2 seasons. The Lakers had to go through the play-in to get to the playoffs, but were knocked out by Denver for the 2nd straight season. Darvin Ham went 9-12 in the playoffs in his 2 seasons with the Lakers. That is tied for the 2nd worst win percentage by a Lakers head coach.
I just want you to listen and really pay attention.
In his first 2 playoff appearances behind Jerry West. And these are the only 3 coaches with a record below 500. For reaction, Malika Andrews and the NBA Countdown crew. Malika?
Jay, thank you so very much. You know these gentlemen. It's Stephen A. Smith. It is Bob Myers.
I really want everybody to pay attention. And after we play these clips, then I'm going to tell you exactly how I feel about it. And I'm going to talk about stuff ain't nobody going to talk about on TV.
It is Michael Wilbon. Stephen A., I want to start with you here. Just your reaction. We haven't gotten a chance to hear it yet to the firing of Darvin Ham this morning.
Not happy about it. 90-74 record, 2 seasons in the NBA as a head coach, 1 Western Conference Finals trip, the other first-round exit, but both at the hands of probably the best team in basketball.
Sure.
And when we looked at this team, we said, hey, if they, if it was not for Denver, they could beat anybody else. That's what everybody was, basically saying about them. And so to see him without a job right now, it leaves me a bit salty. I'm not happy about it. I don't like it, but I am not surprised because I knew the second that Anthony Davis uttered the words that he uttered following Game 2, where he was talking about them looking confused and out of.
That's what I mean. You don't go out and publicly speak negatively against a black coach, as hard as it is. That's strike 1, not being on code.
Sync.
Right.
I'm paraphrasing, but it was along those lines. I knew the moment Anthony Davis said that publicly in the press conference, that is not what he does. The second I saw that, I said, Darvin Ham, this is it for him.
So great players can't be accountable anymore?
I want y'all to really listen. Let's just listen.
They just get to point the finger at somebody else?
Yeah.
That you can make $50 and $60 million and not be accountable at all? You really? Darvin Ham's a problem.
Listen to what Mike Wilbon is saying. We're not talking about their character. We're not talking about their belief system. Listen to what they are saying. Because remember, this is a corporate plantation. This isn't just pick up a basketball and just do what the fuck you want to do. You work for a conglomerate. A corporate entity is what you work for. So listen to what he's saying, because what he's saying makes sense. So we just can't hold any of the players accountable. That's like not holding any workers in your department accountable. It's all a corporate plantation. So just listen.
8 of those 12 losses were to the champs. All right? So they played pretty well. They pushed. They did as well as they could do under the circumstances. Can't people say that? We're at fault? No, let's blame Darvin Ham. I've known Darvin Ham for a long time as a player and assistant coach and all.
what they are doing right now is they are being on code. They are being on code. Mike Wilbon, Stephen A. I know Stephen A. says a lot of sucker shit, but in this instance, they're being on code. Who is not being on code is the fucking Los Angeles Lakers organization, starting with the players. Starting with y'all boy, LeBron fucking James, who had the authority and the power, like Kobe said he did, to go up to that front office and say, hey, if y'all let Darvin Ham go, this isn't going to work for me, and I'm probably going to be looking for another team. But did he do that?
These years, Darvin Ham did a good enough job last year to get praised when they got to the conference finals, even though they were a playing team. So this, Stephen A., amen to everything you said. I'm beyond salty. I'm angry.
That's called being on code. You should be angry. You should be angry. Darvin Ham was terminated for no reason. Y'all, David, everybody that's listening, y'all gonna be like, what the fuck is Warren talking about? When this clip is over, I'm going to divulge a lot of pertinent information from years ago. And y'all gonna be like, oh, damn.
That Darvin Ham has taken the fall for these guys not being good enough. I am.
Bob, you have a unique perspective on this for many reasons, but one that I think back to is that you made the decision after a head coach made the postseason a couple of years back to let him go and bring in Steve Kerr. And obviously that proved to be a good decision. It led to 4 championships for the Golden State Warriors. But what's that balance, that assessment that Michael Wilbon is talking about where, yeah, clearly there's some roster issues as well?
Yeah, that I think was a unique situation, Malika, with Mark Jackson, who did do a very good job for us and is a very good coach. And I wish he would have another chance to coach because he deserves it. If Rob Pelinka or the Lakers organization hires a coach that does what Steve Kerr did, then yeah. But you got to do that, and that's hard to do. And when we let go of Mark, I didn't know if that was going to be the answer. It's never good for an organization. It's not a happy day to fire your coach. It's not as if this solves all your issues.
Listen to what he's saying.
I like Darvin Ham. I did a couple Laker games. I don't know him as well as you do. It's hard to find decent people that work in the NBA. I can vouch for that. It is very hard. Just high character, good people. He is one of them.
He is.
I know that. And you might say, I don't care, he didn't win. Character matters in anything, and it matters in professional sports. So I watched that Game 5. That was one of the best playoff games I've ever seen in the first, in any round. That was not a Lakers team that stopped believing in their coach. That was not a broken locker room. That team competed. That Laker team brought it every night. So now what's going to happen is the unfortunate thing is when you're the head coach of the Lakers, you know if you don't win, this is what happens, right or wrong. And so the next coach coming in is going to look at this and go, if I go to the Western Conference Finals and then I lose, then I'm gone.
Yep.
It does have me wondering about one thing. Is it possible that he's gone because if he weren't, somebody else would be worried? We have to ask ourselves those questions.
Yep.
Sometimes somebody
that would
is
be worse. If the answer is affirmative, Steve,
sometimes somebody is let go to protect yourself.
Yep.
I don't know whether that's the situation with Rob.
He's talking about Rob Pelinka, the general manager. And I'm going to play another clip, and y'all going to be like, oh, shit.
Pelinka, but this is not a good look as far as I'm concerned for him to be gone.
Okay, while I find this other clip, we're gonna have a discussion about this. The reason why I feel like Stephen A and them were on the right side of right this time because they were discussing the termination of Darvin Ham, which was unjust and unfair and not warranted. The reason why it was unfair and unwarranted, the Lakers are fucking trash. And let's go back to the beginning. Jeannie Buss, you're not slick. Lakers organization, you're not fucking slick. You used the greatest point guard ever, Irving Magic Johnson, and made him the vice president and president of sports and general management. And you knew he would be able to lure LeBron James over there and other very talented black athletes because nobody was dealing with the Lakers after Kobe Bryant because they saw what a fucking shit show the Lakers organization had going on. Let me break it down to you. And I'm going to try to find this clip. First of all, when Magic took over as the general manager and president of sports and operations, Jeannie Buss told him that he had full autonomy. I want y'all to listen to me and listen to me fucking good. Jeannie Buss is the dominant society. Her dad was Dr. Jerry Buss, the Lakers owner. He left it to her. He said, do I have full autonomy? She said, yeah. He said, I have other businesses, so I can't stop working my other businesses to help. She said, no problem, Magic, whatever you want, whatever you need. Okay, I'm gonna fire Luke Walton. Luke Walton is Bill Walton's son. Luke Walton wasn't shit in basketball, still ain't shit, and never was shit. He was a horrible basketball player, and he was a fucking check thief, and he couldn't play worth a goddamn. So Magic Johnson Irving, the greatest point guard ever, said, okay, since I have full autonomy, I'm going to go ahead and fire Luke Walton. He told Jeannie Buss this because this just isn't working out. So I'm going to fire Luke Walton because these guys don't listen to him and they respect him. You know what Jeannie Buss said? Somebody has to be in there when you terminate him. He was like, okay. Oh, well, we can't get this person to get in there. He said, okay, well, when can you get somebody in here with me so I can terminate him? Oh, well, I got to find another person. What do y'all think that was? That was the system of racism, white supremacy, and not establishing the system of justice and protecting its own and staying on code with each other. Because why didn't you just let Magic Johnson fire Luke Walton? You know what happened, ladies and gentlemen? Luke Walton was able to walk away unscathed and unfired. He was able to resign from the Lakers organization. Luke Walton is a piece of shit, sorry ass white boy who didn't claw his way in the league. His daddy paved the way for him in the league, and he wasn't shit when he was on the Lakers. I couldn't stand. I thought he was the worst player ever, stealing $30 and $40 million from the Lakers and couldn't play worth a goddamn. But he can walk away, and he can walk away without being fired. But Darvin Ham gets fired. Fuck that nigga. He gets fired. But Luke Walton gets a chance to walk away. He gets a chance to walk away and say, oh, I resign. I don't want to coach anymore. But Darvin Ham gets fired. This is what I'm talking about when you're dealing with the system of racism, white supremacy, and establishing the system of justice. And after that, for all you guys that don't remember, Magic Johnson did a post-game interview and quit. And he talked about why he was quitting. And I'm going to find that footage if I can. If I can, let me see if I can find it. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it. Talking. Let me see. Oh, hold on. Let me see if I can find it. I gotta find it. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Because when I play this for y'all gonna be like, damn, I didn't know that shit was going on. And the reason why I'm bringing it up is because I'm about to get on LeBron them too. They wasn't on code. They were not on code. They didn't even fucking stand up and say, hey, man, why y'all doing that to Darvin Ham? You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Let me see. Okay. All right, let's see. Hold on, let me see. Hold on. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, they probably scrubbed that from the internet. Okay, here we go. Oh, I told you I was gonna find this shit. I told you I was gonna find it. Because I want y'all to listen to this, because this is about the system of racism and white supremacy and establishing a system of justice. And it's so funny, Darvin Ham, he gets his black ass fired, but Luke Walton gets a chance to fucking resign. So if that's not anti-black racism, then what is it?
Myself, she won't have to fire me. I'll step away from it.
We've got breaking news. LeBron is a Laker.
James off the steal. James with the stuff. Allow me to introduce myself.
I watched James reaching for the ball. You can see him grimace right there. And then limped back to the locker room.
Waiting for the Pelicans to decide that they even want to engage.
All right, here it is.
Whispering. I don't like that.
From playoff contention.
So today, I'm going to step down as the president. What I didn't like is the backstabbing and the whispering. I don't like that. You know, I don't like.
And I'm playing you what Magic said because Rob Pelinka was the one talking shit about Magic in the organization. And other dominant society people that he thought was on code with him was running back and telling Magic, this dude's talking shit about you. He doesn't like you. He feels like you don't deserve the fucking job. And Jeannie Buss knew that shit was going on the whole fucking time, and that bitch didn't give a fuck, and that's why she did what she did. I'm not fooled by none of these people, man. None of these people. You don't give somebody autonomy or fake autonomy, and then when they want to make changes, another white person got to be in there. So I'm trying to get to it right now.
A lot of things that went on that didn't have to go on. I'm happy. I want to do the things I used to do. So I had to weigh both situations, and so this is better for me.
Well, hello there. What's going on, everybody? Welcome into First Take.
Just listen.
Hope y'all had a fabulous weekend. He is Stephen A. Smith, Max Kellerman. I'm Molly Karam. Let's get right into it. Gentlemen, when it comes to the Lakers drama, everyone is looking for answers. So right now, in a First Take exclusive, we welcome the man who is behind the curtain of the Lake Show, the one and only Earvin Magic Johnson.
Yes.
The Magic Man is in the building.
Yes, he is. The greatest Laker,
What's up, my brother?
the greatest point guard
I
ever.
got to say, oh, you looking beautiful too.
And the greatest Laker to me. One of my favorite players.
I told
I want
you
y'all to
was gonna
listen.
Show up. I'm here.
You did.
Not hiding.
She did.
Keeping your promise. Good to
Yes,
have you with
yes.
us. Stephen A., the floor is yours.
It's good to see you, bro.
You too. You
Fly
too.
suit, I'd like to say
Well,
that.
thank you.
Let me get that out the way first.
Coming to see you, I know I had to dress up.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's get right to it. What the hell happened? Why did you resign from the Los Angeles Lakers?
Well, it was a couple reasons. You know, first of all, let me thank Jeannie Buss for the opportunity first. When
He's nice because I wouldn't have thought she was a part of the system. She used Magic to get LeBron and them there. Don't put nothing past these people.
we sat down and negotiated, I told her, I said, listen, I can't give up all my businesses. I make more money doing that than becoming the president of the Lakers. So you know that I'm going to be in and out. Is that okay with you? She said, yes. I said, do I have the power to make this?
Listen to what he is saying. Please just listen, y'all. This is a black man that is one of the greatest Lakers ever, giving full autonomy to make changes within the Lakers organization because they wasn't shit. Now listen to what he's saying.
Because that was important for me to take the job as well. She said, you have the power to make the decisions. So I said, okay, let's go do it. She said, I'm going to put you with Rob Pelinka, because I didn't know Rob. So she put us both together. First year in, it was tremendous. I wanted the strategy to be, let's get up under the salary cap, because we were way over the salary cap. And I said, let's trade some people, get some draft picks, so on and on. D'Angelo, you know, great guard, but had a problem when Shaggy P and the whole thing went down. So I knew I had to get him out. We made some moves. That draft pick turned into Kyle Kuzma. So we felt good about making that deal. Drafted Lonzo Ball, number 2. I know you're still against it, but we can debate that because I think he's outstanding all-around point guard. Then Josh Hart. So things got going in the right direction. And then I started hearing.
Let me stop one more time. I know it's getting good. I apologize. All those players that he just mentioned, Pelinka traded all of them away, and they are all playing at an all-star level. A white man traded them away. Because, you know, white people, they think they know more than us about a sport that we dominate. But go ahead.
You know, Magic, you're not working hard enough. Magic's not in the office. So people around the Laker office was telling me, Rob was saying things.
What did I tell you? What did I fucking tell y'all?
And
Rob Pelinka.
Rob Pelinka. And I didn't like those things being said behind my back, that I wasn't in the office enough and so on and on. So I started getting calls from my friends outside of basketball saying those things now were said to them outside of basketball. Now, not just in the Laker office anymore. Now it's in the media and so on.
And these are people you trust.
Exactly. And people got to remember something. Being in this business for over 40 years, I got allies, I got friends everywhere.
Man.
Right? And so, and then I had to monitor the brothers because Joey and Jesse wanted more involvement, wanted more power.
The Bus brothers.
The Bus brothers.
Right.
And so I said I didn't mind doing that because they're good guys, but also I sat them down and said, hey, listen, I'm going to really help you guys mature and get better. And so I took that role as well because they felt they should have been, you know, in powerful positions, whether that's the general manager or the president, right? And so then when those things start happening too much, Stephen A., the straw that broke the camel's back was I wanted to fire Luke Walton.
Y'all need to listen to this. For all y'all that don't remember, this was a couple of years ago. Let me tell you how white supremacists work. They are constantly working, whether you think so or not. This was years ago, and it's going to affect what I'm talking about today.
And we had max 3 meetings. I showed her the things he did well and the things he didn't do well. And I said, listen, we got to get a better coach. I like him. He's great. Former Laker, the whole thing. So the first day, well, let's think about it. Second day, okay, you can fire him. Then the next day, no, we should try to work it out. So when we went back and forth like that, and then she brought Tim Harrison to the meeting, you know, some of the guys. And Tim, you know, he wanted to keep him because he was friends with Luke. And Luke's a great guy, great guy.
See how they do? Let me tell you, do y'all listen to what I'm saying? David, this is going on right now. Listen to what he just said. Oh, we got to bring Tim Harrison. Oh, well, let's keep him. They would rather keep a sorry-ass white motherfucking coach that can't win shit, but that's their friend, but you can go ahead and fire Darvin Ham, though. Get rid of that nigga. But let's keep Luke Walton in here with his sorry ass that ain't nobody listening to and can't fucking even play the game that well. But let's listen to him. But Darvin Ham, fire that black ass nigga.
Yes. And so when I looked up and said, wait a minute, I only really answer to Jeannie Buss. Now I got Tim involved. And I said, it's time for me to go.
Man.
I got things happening that was being said behind my back. I don't have the power that I thought I had to make the decisions.
Mm-hmm.
And I told them, when it's not fun for me, when I think that I don't have the decision-making power that I thought I had, then I got to step aside.
Let me go back to the backs.
You see how cold they are and how wicked they can be? Now, I don't think Dr. Buss would have been that wicked, but that's how the system works. We're the billionaires. It's our shit, and you have to do what we tell you. Well, do I have full autonomy? Yeah, you have full autonomy. Within reason and theory.
That in common. Because you said that when you resigned abruptly inside the Staples Center. And you just educated us that friends you trust, that got to them outside of basketball.
Right.
So did it come down? I understand the Luke Walton element.
Yeah.
But when you allude to the backstabbing, was it Rob Pelinka that you're talking about? Is it Rob Pelinka and other people within the Lakers organization? Who exactly were you talking about?
No, just Rob. I think that other...
That's why I love Magic. He called that hoe ass shit out. And now Magic is a multi-billionaire. Yeah, Rob Pelinka, you were full of shit. And then Rob Pelinka tried to go on his apology. I don't know why Magic would say that. You bullshit motherfucker. I worked around plenty motherfuckers like that at the Court Plantation, and that's what they do. They your friend until you become their equal or you become their senior. And then when you become their senior where they got to report to you, now they got an issue, and they're going to be talking shit about you. They fine with you until you become their equal. And that's every racial group.
Well, then, it's really funny as I sit here. I don't worry about those type of things. I'm not a guy who is like, oh man, he said this about me, and I worry about it. What happened was I wasn't having fun coming to work anymore, especially when I got to work beside you, knowing that you want my position. And I'm okay with that because this is what happened, Stephen A. I told him, in year 2, I'm only going to be here 3 years. So my job is, Rob, to get you ready for this position. So, you know, I was going to help elevate him to the president's position. And so.
And just let you guys know, again, I'll say it one more time, Magic Irving Johnson is a multi-billionaire. That's why he wasn't tripping off that shit, because he already a billionaire. So it's like, nigga, you want this job. I don't need this job. The sense of control, these Diamond Society people, oh my God, it's just ridiculous how they act at these goddamn corporate presentation jobs.
When all this was coming back to me and guys calling me saying, you better watch out for him. And then what was crazy was, when I took the job, you know how many agents called me and said, you got to watch out for him.
Ooh.
I got to give the guy a fair chance. You know, I can't listen to people. And so, but he was a hard worker, smart guy. But now you have that position. So I'm good with that.
The one other thing, before Max and Molly get in here, that has to be asked. LeBron James, universally recognized as the greatest player in the world over the last decade, pretty much. You got him to L.A. He's there. You were at his doorstep.
Yes, I was. 9:01.
At 9:01. West Coast time, 12 midnight, 12:01. You were there last July. He comes to the Los Angeles Lakers. Whether he was coming or not on his own, he definitely wanted you to get credit for bringing him there because you mean that much to him.
Right.
He meant a lot to you. He means a lot to you. Why did you not pick up the phone and call him and say, I'm about to step up out of here. It's over for me, especially when you see what he had to say on the shop.
I don't know what the fuck that is. It's a commercial, but man, I'm going to play a little bit more, and then we're going to discuss it just a little bit more. I know I'm over time, but I really thought it was important that everybody hear this shit. I just really thought it, because people don't know.
I respect LeBron for what he's just said, you know, and I love LeBron. I love his family, what he's done for the Laker organization, what he did for me as the president of the Laker organization. But sometimes as a man, you have to make decisions based on your well-being.
Yep.
Right? And I made that decision based on me and my own happiness. And so I could have done it a different way. Yes, he's right. But I did it my way.
Man.
And that doesn't take anything away from our relationship or how I feel about LeBron. But sometimes as a man or a woman, you got to make decisions based on your own happiness. And sometimes you just got to go out and do your thing. And that's what I did.
But Magic, he was talking about the way you did it. Do you have any regrets about the way you did it?
No. I'm not a regretful guy.
And that's it. I'm not going to play the whole thing. I just wanted y'all to hear. it. So Darvin Ham gets fired 2 seasons. Darvin Ham is a players coach. Everybody, all the players love him. Sports analysts love Darvin Ham. There was so many sports analysts that was like, Lakers, y'all wrong for that shit. Y'all shouldn't have fired him. But when Magic wanted to fire that white boy Luke Walton, oh no, such and such got to do it. Oh, let's think about, Tim Harris got to come in here. Oh, well, maybe we should keep him. But with Darvin Ham, fire that nigga. This is why I'm telling you right now, you better stop playing with foundational black Americans, you fucking organizations, you conglomerates, you corporate plantations. The ancestors will come back and make sure you don't win nothing. I'm telling you, it's not a game no more. You don't use a foundational black American to get other foundational black Americans to come there for you to have all these hoops and red tape that he got to jump through after you done lied and told him he has full autonomy. But then again, you don't really want him to have full autonomy. This is exactly why I'm upset about the firing of Darvin Ham. That white boy, Rob Pelinka, ain't shit. And it just happens to be Kobe Bryant's agent. R.I.P. to Kobe. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking about putting that motherfucker as his agent. What a slime ball. What a fucking slimy, slippery piece of shit motherfucker. Then all of a sudden the Lakers ain't win, so now you want to fire the next nigga. I guarantee you, if I'm a black coach, I wouldn't want to coach there. They up there talking about, no, they trying to make every excuse. And then they fired the whole coaching staff. All these niggas is fired. Phil Handy, it's like, man, what? But Rob Pelinka's sorry ass is still there. Like Charles Barkley said, don't be firing the fucking players. Fire the motherfuckers putting these teams together. That's who should be fucking fired. Don't fire Darvin Ham. But Jeannie Buss ain't gonna fire Darvin Ham because guess what, Jeannie Buss ain't gonna fire Rob Pelinka because guess what? The difference between Rob Pelinka and Darvin Ham is black and Rob Pelinka isn't. So fire the nigga. And let's hire somebody else. And they still ain't gonna win. LeBron James is 50 years old. God damn it. Stop it. Give up the ghost. Leave it alone. And get the fuck on. Pack your shit. Get the fuck up out of here. God damn. That's not being on code. And LeBron, I'm sorry. Everybody love LeBron. But right now, I'm not too keen on LeBron. You supposed to go in that front office and say, if you fire Darvin Ham, I'm out of here. I'll go somewhere else. Just to make it a statement. Okay, well then we'll keep Darvin Ham. Yeah, you better keep Darvin Ham. You better keep Darvin Ham. That's a black coach at the end of the day. No, you don't do that. You don't want to go back to the 90s where all the coaches were white and treat niggas like shit, like George Karl with his racist ass. He's an anti-black racist motherfucker too. So we have to understand this. People think it only happens at our regular 9-to-5 corp plantations. The NBA is a corp plantation, so is the NFL. So what the fuck y'all think happens? That's why I played y'all that shit with goddamn Magic Johnson so you can see exactly how deep this goes. When Magic wanted to fire Luke Walton, they kept giving him excuses. And the Lakers had an awful season with Luke Walton. He was the worst coach ever. And they was giving him excuses not to fire Luke Walton. But when it came to Darvin Ham, who did his best with the sorry-ass players that he had, like sorry-ass D'Angelo Russell, these niggas want to look like bitches on the goddamn court. These motherfuckers don't want to play. They too busy taking pictures, being on their phone. Like, this shit is ridiculous. And you gonna fire the coach? That ain't gonna help shit. That's because he's black. Because if he's white, they wouldn't have fired him. It's easier to fire a motherfucker when they don't look like you. That's called the system of racism, white supremacy, and they are not establishing a system of justice. I want y'all to go look up this story in its entirety. Look the whole thing up. Don't just look at Darvin Ham being fired. Go back and look at the etymology. Start looking. Go look back when Magic was in charge. Go look back what happened. Go look at when Luke Walton was coaching the team. They let Luke Walton coach the Lakers. Do y'all know how sorry Luke Walton was? Luke Walton wasn't shit. He still ain't shit. Then he went to Sacramento and stunk that fucking job up. Then it took Mike Brown to come in there and clean his shit up. But we sitting up here like, oh man, that's fucked up. No, it's beyond fucked up. Y'all didn't want Magic to fire Luke Walton, but y'all went ahead and fired Darvin Ham with no fucking problem and put it out there to embarrass that man. So I don't want to hear none of that sucker shit. Well, they didn't do. Luke Walton was able to walk away from the Lakers and resign. They let him resign. Darvin Ham, you fucking fired. Now, you tell me if that ain't racist, if that ain't anti-black race. So fuck Jeannie Buss, fuck the Buss organization, fuck all those motherfuckers, man. If you have the greatest Laker telling you they ain't shit, and they play these bullshit games and you allowed that man to talk, that's what lets me know it ain't personal Magic, it's business. We don't care if Rob Pelinka is spreading all these rumors and talking all this shit about you. He's doing what we need him to do, so fuck what you got got going on. That's why I would love to tell Magic, that's not your friend, homie. Jeannie Buss isn't your friend. And none of them are. None of them. That's why he walked away and the Lakers ain't been shit since. I don't care if they did win that ring in the bubble. That wasn't shit but a high school gym that they played in with no fans. That shit does not count in my eye. And that's why LeBron James is padding his stats and don't give a fuck about winning or none of that other sucker shit. That's what y'all get. Motherfucker gonna go in there and talk about just basketball. Man, get your ass fuck up out of here. Well, won't you tell those fans that? Won't you tell those black people that can barely afford to go to a goddamn Laker game it's just basketball while you a billionaire? See, motherfuckers be praising these athletes, but you gotta watch what these athletes. You ain't no better than Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, none of them niggas. Y'all niggas were all one and the same. I don't want to hear none of that sucker shit. The difference between you and Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan, Kobe and Michael, especially, they'd have told the motherfucker to their face, man, fire that motherfucker. They wouldn't have been playing all these games and putting out these tweets and having Rich Paul do the dirty work. Man. I got love for LeBron and Rich Paul, and I got love for them, but sometimes it's like, y'all niggas don't know how to be on cold when it's time to be on cold. Darvin Ham is a black coach, dog. Like, at the end of the day, man, y'all disagree in private, but in public, hey, dog, don't do that. That's all I'm saying. Go check out this, go check out the articles, go check out the news, read it for yourself, and y'all tell me what y'all think. I think it's some anti-black racism, because if they didn't want to fire Luke Wall, but they fired Darvin Ham, that's exactly what it is. Y'all enjoy y'all Sunday, or y'all Monday, or y'all Tuesday, whatever day it is for y'all in the United States of America Incorporated. I got nothing but love for y'all. Guilty, nigga. I'm out. Oh, man. Man, fuck the Lakers.
In my last cigarette, I'ma treat you like in my last cigarette.